morning, good morning, good morning. It's your daily dose of salt. For those that are new to Daily Dose of Salt, I go live every morning about 7:30 Hawaii time. Hello, Donna. Hello, Judy. Which is 9:30 Pacific, 12:30 Eastern time, 7 days a week, until I decide not to. Riffing and ranting about things that might be of value to you and people you know. And today, I'm going to talk about your network equals your net worth. And what inspired me to talk about this morning is in a couple hours, I'm going to be guest speaking. Somebody will drop it in the comments. To 1,000 or 2,000 members of an app called Contact Mapping. And Contact Mapping is owned by a couple of friends of mine. I don't have any financial interest in it. But I'm going to be talking about connecting with people and developing relationships and developing a network of people that can support you and you can support them. And so I thought I'd talk a little bit this morning about what that's all about. Tom Chenault, who's one of the founders and owners of Contact Mapping, asked me one day, he said, I don't know if he asked me a question, but anyway, we were talking about, how much money, I was just telling him how much money I've left on the table. Money, experiences, fun, love, wisdom, adventure, wealth, ownership, cash flow. Just go down through the whole list of wonderful life experiences that I have left on the table in the last 44 years, let's say, because that's how long I've been networking. I've been intentionally meeting people with the intention of developing a relationship and me serving them. Maybe there's an opportunity for me to serve, for them to serve me, just, having a network. And so I was reflecting on what percentage of the people that I've met in the last 44 years do I have in a database and I have stayed in touch with them? What percentage? So, okay, here's how I figured this out. I just looked at my general cash flow and net worth, which is fine. Pretty good coming from the guy who came from the chicken plant. And it took me 44 years, perhaps, or at least 34 years to get in a admirable position. But I asked myself, what percentage of the people that I've met in the last 44 years do I have a current relationship with? They're in my database. My phone, my contacts in my computer, maybe even social media. And I have a current relationship with them, meaning I know who they are. They know who I am. And if I reached out to offer them something, hey, here's an article I think might benefit you, they would probably read it. And if they reached out to me, I would respond. And if I needed something from them, like I wanted to introduce them to an opportunity or a product, or if I needed a contact, like, hey, do you know anybody that does this? Do you know anybody that does that? Like we have a strong enough relationship. Oh, Mary, 3%? Wow, you're generous. Right, so you get the question? Oh, mine's not even 1%. Mine's under 1%. Oh, easily. Mine's probably 1/10 of 1%. So I have like 3,300 people in my phone, but I don't even know who a third of them are. I don't know how they got in my phone. I can't remember how I met them. I met them on the golf course. I met them at an event. I met them somewhere. Maybe they're just an email conversation 7 years ago that I never developed into a relationship. And I know we all say, well, how do you have time to do that? Well, the simplest way to do that is, just put everybody in a database and once a month or so, send them something. Send them something of value, not political stuff, not your opinions about stuff. but stuff that universally everybody might enjoy reading. Maybe it's an infographic, an inspirational infographic. Maybe it's an article. Maybe it's a blog. Maybe it's a vlog. Maybe it's a podcast. Maybe it's just a picture you took. And, it's just as easy to send one person something as it is 10,000 people. Now, are they all going to get it? Are they all going to read it? No, but if you send something once a month, over a period of years, you're going to stay connected to way more people. So I just reflected on what percentage of the people that I've met in the last 44 years have I stayed connected to so that I had that kind of relationship. And it's way under 1%. It's, I don't know. It's like a 0.5% maybe. That'd be 1 out of 200, right? Yeah, maybe 1 out of 200. Even if it's 1 out of 100, okay? Even if it's 1 out of 100. So then I believe that if you're in the people business, and the people business is basically, are you selling something that your income is in relation to how many people you know, how many people you have exposed what you're selling to, like that, right? And, that's almost everything you and I do. Now, if you're in a job, then it doesn't really make any difference. But if you're in a job and you stayed connected to 10 times more people than you're connected to, you might have a better job, right? Because people might say, hey, would you come to work for me? I'm not sure how exactly the job paradigm scales, but I know in the real estate business, the mortgage business, the car business, the anything else business where what I'm selling to people, perhaps all over the world. Maybe it's digital, maybe it's a service, maybe it's network marketing, right? I know that our net worth, which starts with our income, equals our net worth. I know that. I know the number of people that I have as clients right now, coaching clients or sales and recruiting program clients. If I send an email out to my database, whatever, like 1% respond or something. So my database, I think, is about 50,000 people on an email list. So if my database was 500,000 people, I would sell 10 times as many programs, right? And if my database was 5 million people, I'd sell 100 times as many programs. That's just the way your network equals your net worth works, right? So I look at my current income and I look at my current net worth, and what can I do? I can multiply it by 100. Now, do I need more money? No, not really. I mean, I got all kinds of projects I can spend money on, but I don't need more money. Would I enjoy more money? Sure, absolutely. More money is more amplification of my vision, my values, my philosophies, my ability to contribute, create stuff that helps other people. Absolutely, I could 10x or 100x my income. How about my net worth? What could I do? Well, I could buy every empty lot on Lanai that is for sale, which is about 3 of them. And that would be fun, right? I could buy a bigger ranch. I don't know, buy a new helicopter, buy a jet. There you go. That's what I'd do. Do I need that stuff? No. But do I have places for it? Absolutely. The point is, I don't think it would have taken any more work in the last 44 years to connect with everybody I met if I systemized it than to do the slow, lazy, stupid way of doing it where I only connected with people that maybe made the effort to connect with me. And so here I am 44 years later with a network that's 1/100th the size it could be. And my income and my net worth reflect that. And so that's the question of the day, folks, is what are you doing with the connections you make? How do you learn about them, and how do you store that information? So, Tom and I don't know if you've heard this story or not, but I was doing a demonstration of, look into contacts of your phone and have you, asked this person to buy your product. So I was just doing a live demonstration on Facebook one day, and I got to June Jones. And I told the audience, I showed everybody, here's this person in my contacts, June Jones. And I said, I can't remember who she is. And Tom Chenault said, well, you idiot, that was the head football coach of the University of Hawaii. And I went, oh, right. I've played golf with June a couple of times over here on Lanai, and, we've had conversations, and he's invited me to play golf over on Oahu, which I haven't done. But I forgot so badly who June Jones was. I thought he was a woman. And do you think June Jones would be a pretty good person to develop a connection with? He's a controversial guy, I guess, but he's a famous college football coach and knows a ton of people. And football coaches don't get rich in most cases. Some of them do, top 10 schools that have a big winning record, they make millions, but June Jones could probably use a financial opportunity and probably could use some health products and probably could use anything any one of us are selling, whether it's real estate, mortgages, insurance, cars, whatever, right? But I think he's a woman and I can't even remember who he is. How much good is he to me as a contact? How stupid is that? Right? And I played golf with the guy and I've emailed him back and forth. And, we've set up golf dates in Oahu that didn't work out. And I can't remember who he is. So that's why contact mapping or any other database CRM that you might use. So when you meet somebody, what you do is record what you've learned about them to, move pictures, move notes, move anything into the contact. So 5 years from now, you can remember who they are and stay in touch with them once a month, even if you do it through a mass mailing so that maybe they remember who you are. And I promise you folks, this will scale your income over time unless you're in a job. And, jobs are fine. If that's what you want to do, no problem. But those of you that are in the people business, my gosh, there's nothing more important than your network. And if you don't capture all those contacts, just when you meet somebody, just get in the habit of, hey, let's trade contacts, right? Hand them your phone and have them put their information in your phone, put it in Facebook, put it in Instagram, someplace where you can develop your knowledge of who they are and move it to a place so you can communicate with them on a regular basis. And that's how your network equals your net worth. And if you want to come and listen to the training, it is at, well, I don't remember when it is. Let's see. 8, 9. It's at 9 o'clock Hawaiian time, which is 11 o'clock Pacific time, which is 10 o'clock Mountain time, which is noon Eastern time. I don't know what time it is in Uganda, Africa, but you can Google that, right? So I trust this message was of value to you. I realize my phone is vertical, and that's because even though the button is pushed that's supposed to be pushed, my phone will not go horizontal anymore. Thank you, Apple, for building designed-in obsolescence so that I have to spend $1,000 at least every 6 to 9 months to buy something that works. There you go, 4:48 a.m. Melbourne time. Cariza, I cannot. Hey, see you tomorrow.